They gonna talk, they gonna talk, they gonna talk, they gonna say a lot of things about us. You said you know that love is not a sin, but you worry what the people say when they see me with you. You wonder what the crowd would say when they find us together. You wonder what the people say when they know we're in love. Wonder what the crowd will say. Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. So today we're going to be talking about the two Mont Blanc. So Mont Blanc Signature, which was released in 2020, I think, and then Mont Blanc Signature Absolue, which was released in 2023. So we'll try to find out who we're in love with, you know, who people are going to be talking about, and do we actually care? If that interests you, please keep watching. So before we get started with the video, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Roxanne, and this is Roxanne's Retreat. If this is your first time joining me, welcome and thank you. And if you've been here before and you've decided to come back, big up your whole self. As always, before we get into the fragrances, let's talk about my lips. So today, no lip liner. I'm living on the edge, and I decided to wear this lipstick here by MAC, and it's called Dare You. So it's like a brick kind of reddish kind of vibe, and yeah, it's called Dare You. And my scent of the day is from Lalique, and this is Lalique Soleil. So, you know, more than the fragrance itself, I love the bottle. So Lalique is known for their exquisite glassware. So you can see where the the bottle gets, you know, this wonderful design. And as a bonus, it comes with like an anklet or a bracelet, whatever you want to use it for. So yeah, that's my scent of the day. So this fragrance right here, let's give it a little spritzy spray. Trying not to spray in the eye, as I always do. So to me, it's like a almondy kind of sweet fragrance. It opens with, I know there's bitter orange in the opening, not bitter orange, bitter almond in the opening. And then there's mandarin orange, that's where I'm getting the orange from. There's pear and candied almond, along with caramel in the middle, and in the base there's coffee and jasmine. Now, let me tell you, I don't get any of that stuff. All I get is the almond and the jasmine. So to me, it's just like a nutty, sweet floral. That's what this gives me. It typically gives me about 5 to 6 hours on the skin. I don't wear this fragrance a lot, and I probably should wear it some more. The couple times that I've worn it to work, and yeah, it did not hit all day, but you know, after 5 to 6 hours, it was just like a skin scent. So there we have it, my scent of the day. It is Soleil by Lalique. Beautiful fragrance, also a very beautiful bottle. Okay, so let's get into the fragrances that we're going to be discussing today. So, the two fragrances that we're going to be talking about today in this video are from Mont Blanc. So this is Mont Blanc Signature. And like I said, this one was released in the year 2020, the year of the COVID. And this one here is the flanker, the newest edition. And it is called Mont Blanc Signature Absolue. Okay, so these are the two bottles. So they look similar. This is just like more of a clean white vibe, and this one has more goldish accents. So let's discuss these two. Let's talk about the OG first. So Mont Blanc Signature is one of the fragrances, and I'm going to be spraying the Signature, the original, on this arm right here, like right in my elbow area. So So this is the OG. And this is one of the fragrances that I love when I need something that's fresh and clean and just, yeah, fresh and clean. It just smells like you took a nice shower. Maybe you had a little bubble bath and something just really invigorating. And that's what this fragrance is. It's fresh, it's clean. I wear this to work a lot. I wear this to interviews or like big meetings where I don't want to offend anyone, because all it smells like is that you had a nice shower and you're just clean. You're clean and you just smell like just a nice smelling human being. It does not smell perfumey. So this fragrance opens with clementine, and then there's magnolia, ylang ylang, and peony in the middle. In the base there's vanilla, musk, and benzoin. So that's the OG. I love this fragrance. I wear it, like I said, on occasions where I don't want to offend. First impression interviews usually, and then if I'm home or about to run errands, the thing lasts. For something that is fresh and clean, it gives me at least 7 hours on the skin. So Mont Blanc Signature, a lot of people say that it gives them like a, what is it, a Mr. Clean kind of lemony vibe. I don't get that. That's not what it gives me on my skin. It just gives me something clean, refreshing, and I just smell like, you know, I woke up like this, really. And what's not to love? So that's the OG. Okay, so let's talk about the flankers. So let's talk about the new kid on the block, and this one is Mont Blanc Signature Absolue. So this is it. You know, this is the packaging. The juice is like a, you know, the bottle itself, of course, it's a clear bottle compared to the white opaque bottle of the original, and it has more like gold accents on it. So Mont Blanc Signature Absolute. So I'm going to give it a spray right here in my elbow on my other hand. I'm going to let it dry down a little bit. So before I even look at the notes and talk about the notes, I'm going to tell you right now, this fragrance is pear dominant. On my skin, I'm smelling the pear. I'm smelling the pear right now. When I tested this fragrance, I smelled the pear all day. And it actually gave me about 7 to 8 hours on the skin, because I was testing it a couple days ago, left the house about 6-ish in the morning, no, 7, I sprayed it on about 6 a.m., left the house about 7:30 that morning, and it was still going at like 5 o'clock in the evening. So it's definitely long lasting. Let me tell you what the notes say. So it opens with pear, like I said, pink pepper, and mandarin orange. In the middle there's tuberose, ylang ylang, and frangipani. And in the base there's cedar and tonka bean. So this one right here, to me, it's fruitier and just more floral than the original Mont Blanc Signature. I do believe that they both are going to be really great for this time of year. Again, if you live in a climate that, you know, if you live in an area that it changes seasons. I live in Florida, not much changes, rainy and dry, kind of like the Caribbean. But they both, I think, are absolutely appropriate for summer and spring to wear, because of the nature of it. Now, the Mont Blanc Signature, I feel, is just a little bit lighter, just a tad lighter, where this one is a little bit sweeter, a little bit heavier, with that pear and that frangipani in the middle, which I love frangipani because, like I said before in a previous video, it's very nostalgic to me growing up in the islands. So yeah, so this one is just a little bit heavier, this one's a little bit lighter. They both, I believe, are going to be appropriate for this time of year, for warm weather, for something refreshing. And you know what? I like them both. I feel like I will be using them interchangeably, seriously. Like if I want to, you know, wear something refreshing I could pull for either one of these. Now, depending, so let's say it's like a 95-degree day in Florida, I might pull for this one. As opposed to an 80-degree day, I'll pull for that one. Either way, it's hot, right? Either way, they're not going to be too dense or too clawing or anything like that on the skin in this type of weather. So I am absolutely extremely happy that this girl right here has joined the family, because I really do love the original, and the flanker just does not disappoint, I must say. You know, the retail price is, I think it's a little over $100 for the 3.4 fluid ounce. So that's fairly reasonable, because, you know, nowadays these designer prices are just kind of like out of control. But I think it's between $100 and $150 for both of them. So they're fairly reasonable in the scheme of things. And like I said, they both last on my skin. This one lasts a little bit longer than this one, but again, they're still really good performers. In terms of, so that was longevity. In terms of sillage and projection, this one gives more of, this one projects more off of my skin, and this one has a better sillage. Now this one, I feel like I wear it and it wears closer to the skin. However, I get complimented on this, and the compliments that I do get are like, oh, you just smell so clean, you know, as opposed to smelling wet. In any event, so that's how they compare in terms of longevity, sillage, and projection. Again, this is the Mont Blanc Signature, and this is Mont Blanc Signature Absolue. And I do believe that if you have not gotten your nose on either one of these two, you know, just take a trip to Nordstrom, smell them, compare, contrast them, and see which one that you would prefer in your collection. Obviously, a frag head, a fragrance addict as myself, I believe that I needed them both in my collection. And they're different, so, you know, it's not like it's a flanker where they just added one note or they just took one note away. This is actually, in my opinion, a whole different fragrance. So it doesn't really truly feel like a flanker. But, you know, we'll call it a flanker because that's what the company says it is, right? Again, Mont Blanc Signature, Mont Blanc Signature Absolute. Those are my thoughts on these two fragrances. All right, so this was a quick down and dirty video. No, there was nothing dirty about it. It was a quick, nice, clean video. Just talking about these two fragrances, comparing and contrasting them. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. On this channel, we'll be talking about fragrances, lifestyle, beauty, travel, and whatever else we decide. Also, while you're subscribing, please make sure to hit that notification bell so you will be notified every single time I upload a video. I typically upload videos on Wednesdays and Sundays. Again, thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!